Knockout week continues on Masterchef, The Professionals. The final 10 chefs have been split into groups.
Let's go, we've got 5 minutes.
Last night, the first 5 impressed, cooking a VIP dinner at Twickenham.
Just want you to know that I enjoyed it more than anyone else.
But for Tom, the last challenge brought an end to his competition. Tonight, the second group must go all out, cooking at one of London's most prestigious addresses.
You've got less than 5 minutes, guys, and you've got no food on the plate yet. It's time to test our chefs. We're taking them out of the MasterChef kitchen.
Well, this is fantastic.
Only the best chefs will go through to next week's semi-finals.
Now we're in the serious part of the competition. Now it's like, OK, everyone's at their A game.
It'd be truly great to get into the semi-finals. But if you get ahead of yourself, there's a chance that you might go out.
Get further into competition, start to think, oh, I'll start relaxing. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Everything's stressful at the moment, but it's an amazing opportunity, and I want to really impress here.
It's important here to start producing dishes now to shine out. They're all good chefs, but someone's got to be a winner.
There is some talent in this kitchen. I cannot wait to see what they go on to deliver.
Chefs, welcome to the Institution of Civil Engineers. As you can see, this is quite a fabulous place. The civil engineers make the impossible possible. Crossrail, bridges, channel tunnel, the list goes on. You're going to have to cook something very special this evening. It's going to be something that's going to give them a wow factor. So far in the competition, you've cooked as individuals, but today, you need to cook as a team.
Tonight, you will be cooking and serving a 3-course fine dining menu for the President and 5 of his VIP guests. This menu has got to be worthy of the grandeur and the splendor of this room. You've got a lot of work to do, so you better get going.
I mean, that hall is pretty impressive, isn't it? It's like walking into Hogwarts or something.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be pretty magical.
My dad's an engineer, so he'd love this place, so yeah, looking forward to it.
I think I speak for all 5 of us, we're definitely going to put on a good show today. Obviously, yeah, it's going to definitely match the Great Hall there.
The 5 chefs now have to work together to create a menu for a special dinner, celebrating the Institute's 200th anniversary. It needs to be produced from the ducks, Dover sole, and a wide variety of fruit and vegetables they've been given.
Any ideas, anyone? I think the duck's the obvious for the main.
Duck's obvious one, yeah.
It's a bit of chicory there, oranges, which I like.
These are 5 very good chefs, and they need to talk to each other.
They should be bouncing ideas off each other and getting, 3 or 4 different ideas that they could choose from.
There we go, we've got lentils. Duck lentils, braised chicory and sauce apiece.
Yeah.
Is it going to have, like, a wow factor?
Definitely a tasty kind of factor, definitely one of them.
Why don't we go, like, the sea vegetable route, like fennel and stuff? Why don't we try and do some sort of, like, engineering, like, bridge tweel sort of thing?
They're going to have to be careful because they don't talk quickly and get a little bit more involved with those ingredients, and they're going to run out of time.
I've seen some passion fruits over there, some white chocolate.
Nice.
Some ginger there as well.
Actually, there's some peaches there. To go with, like, the white chocolate, you can use fruit and the citrus will work quite nice with that.
Have you guys split into teams already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So myself and Tom are going to do the starter. We're going to use the sole. Do potted shrimp kind of sauce, and also like a potted shrimp cannelloni type of element with the cucumber as well.
Me and Leo are going to do the duck as the main course.
With braised chicory with orange, some lentils with sauce apiece.
And dessert?
Dessert, I was thinking passion fruit and white chocolate, maybe like a lemon curd sort of thing. And I saw some coconut milk, maybe tie that in.
So far, I have to say, I think your menu's sounding a little bit on the safe side and lacking a little bit of adventure. What you do need to do is impress.
Yeah.
So some of the menu is still developing. However, you do need to get started now.
Matt, Tom, you've got 2 hours for your first course to go out.
Yep.
Yes, let's go.
I'm going to be prepping the fish first.
I'm going to sort the potted shrimps out right now, and then I'll make the sauce.
Private Chef Matt and Junior Sous Chef Tom have teamed up to make the Dover's Sole and potted shrimp cannelloni starter.
And yeah, it's interesting to work with another chef. It's just good to work with someone who I'm happy with and who, yeah, we're kind of on the same page, so I think it's good.
It's a different book, but it's the same page.
The first job for Matt is to carefully clean and fillet the Dover sole.
I like using Dover sole. I use it quite a lot in the south of France. The only problem is, this bit, I normally get my fishmonger to do. It's really delicate, which is why we've decided to poach it. Basically, there's a long way for it to go upstairs, so if we're searing using really intense heat, it's more than likely going to be overcooked by the time it gets there.
Tom is tasked with making the potted shrimp butter filling for the intricate cucumber cannelloni, which will sit alongside the fish.
In there, there's shallots, shrimps, butter, lemon, and nutmeg. In ways, it's a classical dish with classical elements. We're just going to try and tilt it on its head a bit.
Definitely getting that. I think it needs more acid.
More acid, more lemon.
A little bit more lemon.
Are you working well together?
Yeah, being very vocal, talking about it, just working through. We've not cooked this dish before, so we're just talking about it as much as possible.
Yeah. How many fillets of sole are you serving per portion?
So we were going to originally just do one, but they're quite small, so I think we're going to do 2 fillets, 1 poached, and then maybe 1 paupiette style. Do you think that's too much?
We don't want it. It is only a starter.
So you're still filleting sole. Yeah, push on.
Matt and Tom working together, quite an unusual combination. Matt really does think about his ingredients. He loves to show off with his ideas, whereas Tom is just a little bit more reserved.
I like to see Tom have a bit more influence on this plate of food, and then hopefully Matt's not going to take over the whole dish.
Working alone on pastry, sous chef Craig makes a start on the centerpiece of his dessert, a passion fruit and lemon parfait.
I'm making a curd from the passion fruit juice itself. I'm going to cool it down and then add that to a pâte bon, so egg yolks and sugar, and then fold in some whipped cream. And then, yeah, that's straight in the glass chiller.
I'm really pleased to see that they've come up with a lemon and passion fruit parfait, so it's going to be beautiful and cold from the freezer. The lemon and the passion fruit flavour's got to come out. It's going to be nice and cold. You don't want it melting on the plate.
With his parfait in the blast chiller to set, Craig gets going on the second component of his dessert.
I'm going to do a little set, sort of cream, coconut milk and rum, another creamy little element at a different temperature. But yeah, it's just getting things set in time that's the worry.
So you're staying in your comfort zone in the desserts area?
The other 4 guys, they sort of had strong directions for what they wanted to do with the ingredients. Pastry's comfortable with me.
So by the sounds of it, by you being so quiet, those 4 decided what they were going to do and you just left with puddings.
But maybe that's going to work to my advantage. I'm comfortable with it, so yeah, game on sort of thing.
If you do it to dessert, what would you like to do?
I would have loved the main course. Yeah, I love cooking duck, so hopefully the guys do it justice.
I like that.
Chef Patron Ryan has paired up with sous chef Leo for the main of Asian spiced duck with orange and lentils.
Let's go roast it in the oven, and we're going to have to cook the thighs in the bag.
Yeah, we'll get the legs off first.
Their first task is the extensive duck prep. First removing the legs to confit in the sous vide, leaving the breast on the crown to roast.
We've got the base of the dish with the duck, the chicory, the classical orange with it, the lentils, the sauce with the spice. We just need to work on really delivering the extra wow factor, which will be an ongoing thing about putting the duck hearts on.
Yeah, nice texture.
Leo is in charge of making a sauce to glaze the duck.
My sauce piece is a red wine sugar reduction with some coriander seeds, fennel seeds, peppercorns and star anise. Get it so it goes nice and sticky. It's a bit different. None of us are trained in the Oriental kind of style, and we've gone down the Oriental route. Taking a risk somewhere, yeah.
What are you up to, Leo?
Got my sauce piece on the go, got my duck sauce as well.
And the lentils are going to sit as a base?
And a little bed of lentils, braised chicory just like next to it.
And is the duck going to be sliced on top?
Well, we're just talking about that. Maybe slicing it or maybe square it off, keeping a nice breast.
Why do we square nice round breasts?
Presentation, purely presentation.
Is it?
These are engineers, they like all kinds of weird shapes. They're
Good
into
point.
it, yeah.
Presentation?
Yeah.
No.
So you've got a duck breast, which is going to be cooked on the crown, beautifully roasted with a spice glaze that Leo has made himself. You've got chicory braised down and cooked in orange juice. The spices, the sweetness, the bitterness of the chicory, the lentils and that beautiful duck leg. I like the sound of the dish, but the wow factor's got to come with the flavour. I hope they can really develop this dish and really bring something else to the table.
In this situation, there's part of you that needs to push to impress, but there's also a massive part of you that just needs to make sure that it's solid. Got guests coming who want to eat the dinner, and that's what we need to do, serve them some dinner.
The Institution of Civil Engineers was created almost 200 years ago, in 1818, by 3 young engineers in a Soho coffee shop.
If you think about it, nearly everything that society takes for granted, when you turn on the tap in the morning, if you drive on a road, if you cross a bridge, if you get in a train, all of these things are all produced by civil engineers. And so civil engineering is all about producing the right kind of infrastructure to make society work.
Lord Mayor, a Cambridge professor, is the 153rd president. Thomas Telford, elected in 1820, was the first.
Thomas Telford was arguably the greatest engineer that the UK has ever produced. He was the son of a Scottish shepherd and ended up being responsible for the design of hundreds and hundreds of bridges, canals, roads, churches.
Opened in 1913, the institution's headquarters is famed for its ornate interior and often used as a location for Hollywood films.
It may seem to the chefs as a very daunting building, but I'm sure why they'll rise to the occasion.
Right, chefs, 1 hour gone, just over.
Is there anything that anybody's not certain about that they want to run past everybody else?
Dessert's looking on track, everything's in the glass chiller.
And you go for main course next.
Yeah, the main course. The ducks are going to roast them on the crown.
What would you?
Yeah, we want everybody's opinion on this.
I think if you've done it like that, you're going to have to get them on soon, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over half the cooking time has gone. Matt and Tom will be the first to serve, and they're only just starting to build the filling for their cucumber cannelloni.
Cucumber's going to be rolled around the outside, so it's like, you know, the cannelloni, but obviously there's no pasta.
If only we had a spiralizer. It'd be so much easier.
To add a structural element to the dish, Matt is creating a thin spiral-shaped potato tuile.
Never done this before, don't know how I'm doing it now. So I'm using ladles just to give it that shape, because we've got the poached piece of sole. We're going to have the shrimp butter sauce on top of it. And then this is almost like the skin, like crispy skin. Just bringing everything together now. Just don't want to rush it at the end. Just treat it like a normal service, really. Except we've got 5 chefs to do.
Sealing the ducks up in the pan?
Yeah, I'm going to get them.
Back on the main course, Ryan and Leo will be serving 20 minutes after the starter, and they're behind getting their duck crowns on.
It's pan on for that duck.
I was going to do them in 2 different pans. Duck's good, we're just trying to render it down so we get a nice crisp skin for when we serve it. get it in the oven, get it rested, get it glazed up.
In an effort to elevate their main course, Leo has come up with an idea.
Dude, what about some granola?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe just like a little sprinkling over.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you're glazing it, the granola will stick really well to it.
Yeah.
It's good to see that they're starting to push themselves. But I still want something more, and I'm not sure if it's in this granola.
We're kind of getting to the point now, if we start putting anything else on, we're going to be over-egging it. There's always a tendency to more, to try and impress, to try and wow. At the moment, we're hoping we've got enough here.
Going in now.
OK.
Give it a nice, good resting time.
Yeah, yeah. Feeling good about the time. I'm not going to say I'm confident, because I'm not, until it leaves the kitchen.
In the pastry section, Craig's passion fruit parfait and the coconut cream are setting in the blast chiller. But he still has 4 garnishes to make for the dessert.
I'm just working on the peach element. Obviously, the dish needs freshness, so I'm gonna try them out 2 different ways. These ones I might poach them, and I'm thinking compressing salmon. And if they both come out right, I'll use both. I've never done peach and passion fruit. There should be no reason they shouldn't go together. So yeah, fingers crossed it turns out all right.
As well as the fruit garnish, the parfait will be accompanied by a white chocolate crumb.
So that's the sugar, water, boiling up, hard cracked sugar, and then chuck in the white chocolate, and it will all seize up, sort of crystallise. That'll be the crumb for the plate.
Oh, that looks cool. That's epic.
Determined to deliver a faultless dessert, Craig is single-handedly juggling all the elements.
It's just the coconut lime cream, just checking the consistency of it. It's a little bit softer than what I'd like it, so I might melt it back down and add a bit more gelatin just to firm up there. I want to hold it on the plate.
With service fast approaching, the guests arrive. They are former President Professor Tim Broyd, ex-Royal Army engineer Nick Baverstock, Vice President Rachel Skinner, instrumental in delivering London's 2012 Olympic and Paralympic transport system, Railway Infrastructure Engineer Steve Ballaston, and Emily Bonner, who worked on the redevelopment of Twickenham Stadium.
So I'm just looking forward to the 3 very good courses.
Yes.
But there are some good analogies, aren't there? You know, variable ingredients, quite a time pressure.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
Just imagine it wouldn't go down well in a dining situation. The chefs had to go back to the customers saying, sorry, it's going to cost a bit more.
Yes.
So anyway, here's to 200 years.
To a great evening.
Here's
great
to
evening.
all the best years.
200 years more.
Chefs, you have just half an hour left before the first course is due.
With service looming, Tom still has to roll and chill his delicate pickled cucumber and shrimp cannelloni.
Do you think we should cut that bit off of cucumber? So we only need 1 layer, don't we?
I just want to roll around it first, if you get me. Just like that, overlapped.
Yeah, just roll it a couple of times. I'm going to drop this in now, right? Yeah. 20 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, man.
I believe your dad's an engineer.
He is, yeah. Fitting gas pipes in the Shetland Isles, places like that. Yeah.
Is there a bit of engineering coming into this?
Yeah, there is, I suppose. It's all engineering and creativity.
A cannelloni tunnel?
Yeah.
And do we know what the dish is going to look like?
Matt, I do believe, knows how he wants it to look.
Are you going to be happy with that? Are you going to settle with just Matt dressing the plate? Are you going to put
No, I'll put my input in as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Don't let him do it all.
No, I'm not going to.
Don't let him take all the glory.
On the main, the ducks are roasting, and Leo is prepping the duck hearts that'll be served with a lentil garnish.
Cut them in half now. Yeah. And I'm just going to saute them off, diced, and then add the lentils to that, make it into like a mix then.
All right, OK.
With time on his hands, Ryan checks in with Craig.
You all right? Do you need anything doing here?
Yeah, And you just whip in a bit of that glucose and some sugar and boil out to hard crack.
Yep.
The sugar syrup for the tweel needs to reach the hard crack stage, the point before it caramelizes.
Pan's not great.
So if you keep it on the high heat as well.
Yeah.
With Ryan keeping a close watch over the sugar syrup, Craig checks on whether his passion fruit parfait has set.
Frozen solid, obviously the blast chiller is quite intense, so if I put them in just a regular freezer, they'll soften up a bit.
Ten minutes, yeah?
Guys, just under 8 minutes.
As the guests take their seats for dinner, it's crunch time on the starter for the cucumber cannelloni.
Yeah, cannelloni seem to have come out all right. Trick's getting a cling film off them. So, ask me again in a second. The scissors are a bit bulky. They're like me, bulky.
Well, look at this. We've got poached Dover sole, cucumber and potted shrimp cannelloni with potted shrimp sauce, fennel and sea herbs.
I think this is quite some way to start the process, isn't it?
You're less than 5 minutes now, you've not got any food on the plate.
With time against them, Matt enlists the help of the entire brigade to plate up.
Right, and then if you drain these, put them on a... I've got everything ready, spoons ready, pockets. Have you got them? Just season them up.
Yep.
And one often associates Dover sole with a main course rather than a starter.
Yes.
So this is really interesting.
Tom, Matt, you've got 2.5 minutes. You can address all these plates?
Yes.
2.5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, move on.
Tom?
Yeah.
Let's see this.
Yep, be there in a
Do it
second.
together.
Let's fill these sauce jugs up.
One slice on like that, keep going like that.
Just one, yeah.
Poppy like that. Cannelloni like that.
Oh, the cannelloni would be difficult. I think we'd be quite keen to see how they pull that off.
Got that going?
1.5 minutes.
Sauce a little bit of the poppy first. Just drop a tiny little purslane on the top of it, yeah.
Okay.
Come on, guys, let's get a move on. Waiters are waiting, guests are waiting. Your time is nearly up.
God, there's a lot of chefs here.
Yeah.
Crisp, just do straight on top of the pot, yeah.
Right, guys, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Yeah. Fennel on this, fennel on this, fennel on this. Right, and then we're good. Service, please.
Yeah,
well
no,
done,
I'm happy with that.
Gosh.
The starter is Dover sole served 2 ways. One steamed and rolled, the other poached. With a potato tweel, a pickled cucumber and potted shrimp cannelloni, sea herbs and fennel, accompanied by a potted shrimp sauce.
Gosh. I wasn't expecting the cannelloni that way.
No, exactly.
It's clever.
It is
Very
really
clever.
Really clever.
Right. That is very good. I think the 2 versions of the sole are very nice. And they're different.
Yep. They're very different.
Different texture.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm very taken by the cucumber cannelloni, and it's that nice crunch with pickled cucumber, I think it is, that sits around the potted shrimps, which is absolutely not what I expected, and goes really well with the sauce.
Lots of different textures.
Absolutely.
For one starter course.
I think if that's the standard for the food, on judging by the starter, I think we've got a treat with the rest of the food to come.
And beautifully presented, too. You know, our first Royal Charter from 1828 talks about the art and science of civil engineering. I think we're seeing here the art and science of well-presented food, well-cooked food.
Creation.
Can we have some more, please?
I think the sole has been cooked wonderfully. It's so soft and and moist. I love it like this. It's just missing a touch of seasoning. Thankfully, we've got this pickled cucumber, which I think brings that sharpness to the dish.
There's a lightness about the sauce, and it sort of all works if you eat it all together.
Next up are Ryan and Leo with their spiced duck main.
Moment of truth. Still pink. A little bit over, but still pink. Could have done with a little bit less cooking, just a touch.
Ryan, Leo, you've got 5 minutes.
Yes, chef.
A piece glazed duck crown, orange braised chicory, lentils and granola.
Amazing.
Good combination.
Do we know who's doing what?
Yeah, chef. Who's on lentils?
Me. You're saucing.
Yeah, I'll sauce it at the end then if you want.
While the brigade pulls together to plate the garnish, Leo takes charge of carving the duck.
Leo, you've got 2 minutes. Where's this duck?
Coming up now.
I'm always concerned that the duck can be overdone. Yes,
No, I agree.
that's my only concern on this.
Are you happy with the cooking of the duck?
Yeah, chef.
I normally have granola for breakfast.
I know, yeah.
So,
I suspect we all do.
yeah, so that'll be interesting.
How are we doing, guys?
Yeah, just about to finish off.
What's left to go on?
Just the sauce now, chef. We got enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. Service, please.
Thank you. Wow.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The main course is spice glazed duck breast, topped with granola on a bed of lentils, with confit duck leg and sautéed duck hearts, served with orange braised chicory and finished with a duck sauce.
Oh, it smells good.
You can get the orange and the spice coming off it, and I recognise the breakfast element of the granola.
Absolutely.
I suppose I look at it and it's one colour.
The starter looked really interesting with lots of different colours, and I think this is a bit more bland, but maybe it'll taste great, and that's all that matters.
Delicious. I think the crunch of the granola with the softness of the duck is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, the granola. Against my preconceptions, doesn't taste like breakfast at all.
And I like the bitterness of the chicory. I thought it was going to be sweeter than it is, and I think that sets it off well.
Very, very subtle.
The sauce is lovely, I think. Really, really powerful flavour.
I guess if I'm going to be horribly critical for a minute, my duck is actually, for me, slightly overdone, and so it's perhaps not quite as tender as I might have liked.
Mine's on just about right. It's just on the point.
This is probably technically not as diverse as the first course, but it's delicious nevertheless.
I have to say, I'm very underwhelmed with this dish. The duck is way overcooked for my liking. The lentils lack richness and flavour. The chicory is probably the best bit of this dish. It's beautifully caramelised, and it's got that bittersweet flavour that always complements a fatty meat like duck.
I just find because the spices weren't heated in the beginning before they were added to the spice glaze, we have lost the essence of the beautiful spices that I smelt earlier on the bench. We know these two chefs are capable of delivering much more.
With 2 courses sent, Craig's now in the spotlight with the dessert.
Craig, 5 minutes to go. How are you doing?
Yeah, on time. It's just last-minute plating because the parfait has to be cold, so just starting out.
So for dessert, we've got lemon and passion fruit parfait with crystallised white chocolate and coconut rum and lime cream. Sounds amazing, actually. It's citrusy, but the white chocolate...
And the rum.
Absolutely, and some rum, coconut and rum. I'm intrigued to know how this is all going to come together.
Who's doing what? Can someone put something on the plate when you're doing that?
With these peaches. Yep. Just sort of put that one there.
Expecting something really creative, aren't we?
Here we are in the institution. We would expect something that was built beautifully.
You happy with everything that's going on the plate, Craig?
Yeah, I'm happy. Everything's set, everything's holding, so happy as I can be.
Does someone else do the coconut cream?
Just a little sort of clip quenelles, just like leaning up against the peaches like that.
Crystallised white chocolate, though. How? What does that mean?
Finishing touches now. Happy?
Yep.
OK, let's go.
Okay, service, please.
Cheers, mate.
Well done, mate. That's brilliant.
Nice one, man.
Well done. Well done, mate.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Dessert is a passion fruit and lemon parfait, served with a coconut, rum and lime cream, crystallized white chocolate crumb, a coconut and sugar tuile, poached and compressed peaches, and a passion fruit sauce.
Well, this is fantastic on presentation.
Of the 3 dishes we've seen, I think that's stunning presentation. Looks precise.
Well thought out, well engineered, actually.
Yes.
It almost looks too well presented to eat.
Exactly.
Superb.
Oh, wow.
Superb.
I think this parfait is delicious, really nice and creamy, and the crystallised chocolate goes really nice and sort of a great crunch to it.
I like the chocolate for the chocolate, but I'm less convinced on the texture of the chocolate.
And I think the cream, you can really taste the lime in the cream, can't you? It just adds that extra level of taste, isn't it?
That's true.
The strongest part of it is the fruit parfait.
Yeah, that's delicious.
I would agree with that. That's really absolutely wonderful.
Well, I was afraid to eat it, but I've given it a good go.
Some nice colours and some nice thoughts on the plate here. I think the parfait's held well. You can taste the lovely flavours of the passion and the lemon.
The parfait's got a lovely, smooth texture to it. You can taste the passion fruit coming through. The peaches are nicely compressed. It's got a nice balance of sugar. For the younger chef in the kitchen, I thought he had a really nice touch and a nice control.
We've had the most delicious meal. Couldn't be more appropriate in this wonderful institution of ours, which is celebrating its 200th anniversary. We loved every one of the 3 courses.
And the courses complemented each other very well. Thanks.
Thank you all very much.
Wow, we have some very happy diners here today. It was a good day in the kitchen, wasn't a perfect day. Just felt our chefs were just slightly holding back a little bit.
Massive opportunity today was. Not every day someone can say they've cooked here in this building. It's amazing.
I thought it was like just a bit of an easy day. Turns out it wasn't an easy day. It was very difficult. I'm looking forward to getting back into the kitchen now and just cooking my own food.
The weird thing is I was looking forward to getting out of the Masterchef kitchen. Now I'm looking forward to getting back into it, which is, yeah, it really is a strange competition, this.
When they go back into the Masterchef kitchen, they're fighting for that place in the semi-final. Their food is going to have to be faultless.
Back to flying solo as such. Just looking forward to it and going to give it everything I've got.
Obviously, after working as the team, it's going to feel really strange, but it's a competition at the end of the day. Game on.
Chefs, welcome back. Wonderful to see you working as a team. But now you've got to fight it out amongst you once again, but this time for a place in our semi-finals.
I want to see some new ideas, maybe even see a dish that we've never tasted before. We're looking for something special.
At the end of this, one of you will be going home, but 4 of you will be semi-finalists. You have 90 minutes to deliver an absolute showstopper. Off you go.
We have seen some fabulous food from Matt, some great combinations, new ideas, inventive thinking. Can't wait to see what he cooks today.
The dish I'm cooking today is completely left field. We'll see how it goes. It could either be amazing or it could just, that could be me done.
What's your showstopper dish?
I'm doing a dessert, but it's a raw cacao delice, 4 separate layers. Then I'm going to do a Jerusalem artichoke. I invented it. It's like a rosti type tuile. It'll go around the outside. And then I'm making a Jerusalem artichoke custard. But I wanted this dish to be vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and refined sugar-free.
If it's a dessert, why don't you just stick a load of sugar and cream in it, like everybody else does?
In the culinary world, there's alternatives for all of this stuff. So I wanted to do a dish that you're not going to miss the sugar, you're not going to miss the butter, but we'll have to wait and see then.
And what are you substituting for sugar?
Maple syrup, and then the sweetness of the Jerusalem artichokes as well, which they've got natural sugars inside.
You may well be the future, if it works.
If it works.
There's all other sorts of layers going on with this, with the artichoke and the chocolate and the maple syrup. Fascinating combinations. I can't wait to try them.
Is he taking a risk? Yes, he is. But that's not the first time Matt's taken a risk, and it has paid off. Craig is our youngest chef in the kitchen, quietly confident.
I know there is raw talent with this young man. I want this chef to come into this kitchen today and show us another level that we've not seen from him before.
You've got to execute everything to perfection. Standards are going up and up and up with every round, and if you don't keep up with that, it's not good enough at the end of the day.
Craig, welcome back. How are you feeling?
Yeah, a bit stressed at the moment. I'm worrying a bit now. I've given myself too much to do, but if I don't produce something wow, then it's game over, isn't it?
What's your showstopper dish?
I'm doing corn-fed chicken, braising down the leg, topping that with a pine nut crust. The breast, water bath, slow cooking. Then I've got a few variations of carrot, poached and glazed carrot. I'm going to roll that in some crispy chicken skin.
With all the pressure now building on you, you know, you are 21. Do you think you can really sustain this pressure?
Hopefully. Fingers crossed I can do it.
Leg meat, he's cooking it in a pressure cooker and then pressing it into a mould and then topping it with a pine nut crust.
We've got carrots with a crispy chicken skin and tarragon powder. Tarragon powder goes very, very well with chicken. It's a lovely combination. It goes very well with carrots. So the tarragon is going to be the flavour we're looking for. He's really driving hard today and push himself to the limit, which is what we want.
Guys, 60 minutes left. 1 hour to go, please.
Leo's given us some good cooking throughout the competition, but he really needs to step into the limelight. And I hope he's got something special planned for his dish.
I've not had all the judges on my sides all at the same time. So hopefully today this dish is the one where they all kind of go, yeah, that's the dish we wanted to see.
What's your dish, Leo?
So I'm doing turbot with potato scales, artichokes and braised lettuce with a red wine sauce.
Sounds very classic.
It is very classic.
Are you bringing something to really lift this, to bring it to 2017?
The way I'm presenting it, the way I'm doing it, I'm going to lay the lettuce onto the turbot to make it look like the scales.
Oh, when it's done properly, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So someone's took all the scales off the fish and you're going to stick them all back on again?
Back on again.
Leo's dish is artichokes with braised lettuce, artichoke puree, and on top of his turbot, he's got potato scales. Quite a risky thing to do. It has to stick to the fish. It's got to cook the potato with the fish. You don't want your fish overcooked before your potatoes are ready, and you don't want your potatoes overcooked before your fish is cooked.
I'm hoping that Leo's presentation is going to be something that you and I have not seen before, because taking a classic and elevating it can do wonders.
Guys, 40 minutes left. All right, 40 minutes.
Tom has been generally quite safe in the competition, but his food has always had a little bit of surprise that we didn't see coming.
Definitely feel a lot more comfortable now. I'm still nervous because at the end of the day, I want to do well, I want to go through. I feel like I've not truly smashed it out of the park yet, so it's something I'm looking to do today.
Right, Tom, what are you doing?
I'm cooking British roast veal with cauliflower, yeast and salted blackcurrants.
Yeast? Why yeast?
I just like the flavour it brings to the cauliflower puree, and then I've got some crispy yeast as well, a seasoning almost. I am cooking a sweetbread today as well.
Ooh. You struggled with the sweetbread in the skills test, Greg, you remember?
Cool. Does that not haunt you, sweetbread?
Yeah, it does haunt me, but I was so nervous, it's unreal, and I've prepped and cooked sweetbread a million times, so it's something I'm comfortable with doing, and I want to show that I can do it.
You got to the stage where Marcus staring at you doesn't bother you at all?
I don't think you can ever get past that stage.
Thanks.
Tom always has something that's a surprise factor in his cooking. And for this dish, he's brought the yeast and black currants to his veal.
The flavour of yeast brings a lovely warm feeling to the dish and a malt flavour that will really complement the cauliflower. The black currants now, that's quite sour, and he's going to need to get the balance of the sourness and the sweetness right with the black currants. Otherwise, it will kill this dish completely flat.
Guys, listen up. 20 minutes to go. Just 20.
We have seen Ryan cook some fantastic food, but today is not the day to play safe. He's a good cook, and he's going to have to bring it into the kitchen today.
I'm hoping that they'll see a plate of food that's quite original. I'm taking some risk with this. I've never cooked fish in a water bath before, so yeah, I am gambling a little bit.
Tell us about your showstopper dish, Brian.
So I'm doing some sea bass with courgette, basil, parmesan puree, a cuttlefish bolognese, and then we're going to do squid ink sauce, some confit, some slow-roasted cherry tomatoes.
So you're using courgette to make scales for your sea bass?
Yeah, that's a visual thing more than anything else, just to, you know, it's a showstopper. I want it to look as good as I can.
And how are you then cooking it?
We're going to cook it in the water bath, which is something I don't do. I don't cook fish in the water bath.
Ryan sliced courgettes very finely and blanched them in water, and then he's layering them on top of the sea bass. From that point on, this becomes a very, very difficult dish. You've got to get it into a sous vide bag, vacuum pack it down, put it into the water bath, cook it, and just hope that all those scales stay in the perfect position. Quite a lot of work to do and a very risky thing to do for Ryan.
This is just the hard part now, because I just have to cut it out.
Guys, 4 minutes, please. Come on. Two minutes. Leo, get it on a plate, please. You've got nothing on a plate. That's it. Stop.
Oh, sexy, Ryan.
He's gone for it.
Whoa.
Looks tidy, that does, doesn't it?
Fighting for the vegans.
For his place in the semi-finals, Craig is serving pan-roasted chicken breast and braised thigh with a pine nut crust, pickled carrots with tarragon powder, a glazed carrot coated in crispy chicken skin, and a carrot puree, with braised romaine lettuce and a pine nut puree, finished with a chicken reduction.
The chicken is beautifully cooked. I love the thigh. I like the fact that you've sort of left it whole. The pine nut puree worked very well and complement the carrot puree. And you've actually brought tarragon into the dish in different layers and in different ways. And I really like that. It shows skill, it shows intelligence, and it shows very good cookery. I think this is an excellent dish, Craig. In fact, I think this is probably one of your best dishes so far.
What I particularly love is when I get little surprises. So a great big carrot that tastes almost crispy and meaty with chicken skin, and a little green ball of carrot that tastes of aniseed and then goes sharp with pickling. These are the little surprises that delight me. I think that's very clever.
When you eat your plate of food, it is just delicious. You understand the flavours that are meant to accompany each other on this plate. And that's why I say it's just delicious.
For Marcus to say it's one of my best, it was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. But if he liked it and he thought it was tasty, then wow.
Hold on.
Thank you. Well, mate, you smashed it, well done.
Thank you. I'm happier now. Blimey.
Leo's showstopper is pan-fried turbot with crispy potato scales, garnished with baby artichokes, artichoke puree, and braised gem lettuce, all served with a red wine sauce.
Your fish is nicely cooked, your sauce is rich, it's got a lovely shine to it. The garnish for me on this dish is a little bit flat. I don't find it exciting at all.
The dish for me, the fish is cooked wonderfully. The potatoes looks lovely when it's done perfectly like you have done here. But because it's something we are very familiar with, there's got to be a bit of personality that's got to come onto this dish with it. And I guess that's what's missing.
The fish is soft, the potatoes are seasoned, the sauce itself has got depth and it's also got a little sweetness. However, here's the issue. Is it a showstopper dish? I'm not sure it is.
Disappointed in myself. I was happy with what I produced. Wish there was something there just to kind of spark it up a bit.
You all right?
Yeah, man. Just, it wasn't a wow factor. It's just one of them.
If you've not made any mistakes and one of us makes a mistake, be enough.
It's tough, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Tough, tough, tough.
Ryan's dish is sous vide sea bass with courgette scales, served with a cuttlefish bolognese, a courgette puree, and semi-dried tomatoes, topped with a squid ink tuile and a parmesan crisp, finished with a squid ink sauce.
Uh-oh.
The puree with the basil, really like that. I like the flavours of the bolognese. My disappointment is the fish is raw under the courgette, and that makes the dish inedible.
Such a fantastic looking dish. Such wonderful flavours. It just conjures up southern Italy. You've got a bit of Parmesan salty tang there. I love that cuttlefish wrap ragu. All of those things are absolutely lovely, but no use at all if you can't eat the fish because it's not cooked. I'd have to send it back with my apologies. When it came back out the second time, I'd probably forgive and forget.
90 minutes to serve raw fish? Really, Ryan?
No, it's not good enough.
The dish had a great potential. The presentation is great, the idea is interesting, but what you haven't taken into consideration is when you put the courgette on, the fish itself, you haven't adjusted your timing when it's cooked in the water bath. And it's such a shame.
I can't believe I've done that. I didn't go in expecting to get that feedback. Was really, yeah, it really knocked me, so. But you've just got to deal with it and move on. I can't believe that. I can't believe it. I can't believe that. It's a stupid mistake.
Tom has made a fillet of British rose veal with a sweetbread topped with crispy yeast, cauliflower 3 ways, roasted, pickled, and a puree with yeast, pickled and salted blackcurrants, choy sum and parsley oil, served with a Madeira sauce.
I like the veal. Veal is soft. I like the sweetbread. I like the fact that you've got a slight bit of bitterness in there from the burnt cauliflower. I don't particularly like the look of your plate. I think it needs to be a lot smarter than this.
I'm not a fan of how your plate looks, but I'm definitely a fan of what I'm tasting on here. I think the veal is cooked wonderfully. That cauliflower puree is fab. The sauce, the sweetness of Madeira coming through, just brings it together.
I think the cookery is excellent. The sweetbread is nicely cooked, thank goodness. The rose veal is a delight, and the sauce really works well with it. But I love that freshness of the blackcurrant running through your palate. Yeah, it's good.
It was a well put together dish. It just wasn't well put together on the plate, which is disappointing. It's definitely something I need to improve on if I'm to go further.
Well done, mate.
Finally, it's Matt, with his vegan take on a chocolate dessert. Layers of raw cacao de lis, maple syrup salted caramel, with a date and pecan nut base, encased in Jerusalem artichoke rosti tuile, served with pickled artichokes and a roasted Jerusalem artichoke custard.
I don't know what's going on inside your head, but I find it fascinating. I can't wait, actually. I get from this chocolate, caramel, nuts, all the things I love in a dessert. I'm really amazed that you can take almond milk and a Jerusalem artichoke and turn it into this. I think this is brilliant.
Wow. I don't recall having a dessert like it before. It makes me think outside of the box and understanding how you've made this. The caramel in the middle has got the sweetness you expect from a caramel. The chocolate is quite dense, but it's counteracted by the sweetness of the layers underneath. That's impressive.
I like the way you've made it. I love the cleverness of it, but I find it very, very heavy. I don't think I could eat all of it. And the only place I get any artichoke flavour is in this little custard. I like your ideas, but I'm not a big fan of this dish.
To get that feedback from Marcus at this stage of the competition, a little disappointing. He's not conveyed, but then he's more in his classic two-star ways. Yes.
I think we had a couple of showstoppers.
For the right reasons and some for the wrong reasons.
Craig, I think, is a little superstar. I absolutely loved that young man's chicken.
And I'm always impressed when he serves a plate of food and how much understanding he has about flavours, and he has some great skills.
Yeah. Craig's dish was the dish of the day for me. I thought he did a great job. Cooked well, mature in his thinking, and it all came together with that fabulous sauce.
After that, we've got 4 chefs that we all found an issue with.
Yeah.
I find Matt fascinating. I really like his ideas. I thought his dish tasted fantastic. I got nuts, I got caramel, I got chocolate from it.
The understanding to take all that and recreate a dessert, I can't help but be bowled over. I thought it was delicious.
This is a chef that creates food that's healthy and vibrant and full of energy. I felt today's dish was just too dense for me.
Tom plated up, I think, a really good, flavoured rose veal dish.
Tom's dish was a showstopper on the palate. Everything on that plate was delicious. Presentation, no. Tom, what were you thinking?
Leo, you know, I couldn't find fault with his dish. I really couldn't. The fish with the scales of potato, the red wine sauce. I wasn't inspired by it. There was nothing that turned that dish from a good dish into a great dish.
This is the showstopper round. We want food that's going to show off and really energise us.
Ryan, I know it's difficult to defend raw fish, but I think he's a quality chef.
It was a great idea, and I loved the skill factor running through this dish with the courgettes. If Ryan's fish was cooked properly, we would not be having the discussion with him right now, because I think he would probably sail through.
I find he was my biggest disappointment because of the way that fish was cooked.
Not very confident at all. I'm feeling a bit 50-50. It's literally, you just don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah, I'm disappointed with myself, you know. I am disappointed with myself. I felt I had a lot more to offer the competition, so to be in this situation now was disappointing.
It's so close to the semi-finals now. It's incredibly stressful and the time just vanishes, but it's so much fun. So I just want to keep going, yeah.
Want to be a semi-finalist more than anything else, really, at the minute. This is all I've done for the last God knows how long, and I don't want it to end now.
Four of you are going to be semi-finalists. One of you, unfortunately, is leaving us. The chef leaving the competition Ryan. Thank you, chef.
Overall, it has been enjoyable. It's just disappointing to go out when you feel that you've still got a lot to go, especially on a daft mistake. That's the most difficult thing.
Words, I'm speechless. Absolutely speechless. It's a great feeling.
Semi-finals, massive. I know my food's always going to divide opinion. Slightly relieved in that respect, but ecstatic to make it through.
Being a semi-finalist is beyond what I ever expected from this competition. Rank's definitely up there at the best of especially career-wise.
I'm immensely proud. I really, it's almost a dream, you know. I wanted to be in the semi-final and I've done it, so it just got real almost, you know.
Chefs.
Thank you.
Leo.
Thank you.
There we go.
Come on, guys, semi-finalists. Great cooking.
I've got to do it all again now.
Next week, it's the semi-finals. The remaining 8 chefs cook off against one another for the chance to work with some of the most inspirational chefs in the country.
I think this is a really crackingly clever dish.
I could sum this up in one word, and that's outstanding.